Thank you for joining me today at Botanical Living with Kim. Today I'm going to tell you all about golden milk. I'm going to explain what golden milk actually is. I'm going to show you step by step how to make the paste, and then I'm going to show you how to turn that paste into a delicious cup of nutrient-rich golden milk. So stay tuned. Hello and welcome to Botanical Living with Kim. I'm really excited for today's video. I'm going to share with you all of the amazing things about golden milk. Before I show you the actual recipes for the milk and the paste, I want to take a few minutes and tell you just a little bit about golden milk and where it comes from. Golden milk originated in India. It's part of Ayurvedic medicine and it is centuries old. You'll gradually learn about Ayurveda throughout my videos because I definitely incorporate that with my entire botanical living holistic way of life. But in a nutshell, Ayurveda is a holistic healing system, and it is based on the belief that our health depends on wellness and balance. And that wellness and balance needs to be in our minds, our bodies, and in our spirit. So what is golden milk and why is it so beneficial? Well, golden milk is this amazing blend of herbs that create a delicious, warming drink that helps boost immunity. It helps reduce inflammation throughout your body and lower joint pain. It helps fight illness. And then there's a whole host of other amazing benefits to drinking golden milk. Sounds pretty great, right? Well, it is. And I can tell you firsthand from daily drinking experience that it has done wonders for my body as well as my husband's body. When we were first introduced to golden milk, I would say after about 5 days, we started noticing the benefits. Joint pain. I have had achy hips and knees for several years, and I think that's an unfortunate side effect of getting a little bit older. But I can say that after about 5 days of drinking this every morning, all of a sudden my knees didn't hurt and my hips weren't achy and I could get up off the floor without feeling creaky. And I just thought, wow, is this too good to be true? But it really does work like that. My husband has also noticed the benefits of not having that stiffness in the body. Another amazing benefit of it is when we drink it, we sit in the morning for about 5 minutes, just kind of focus on the day, ground ourselves, and this amazing sense of calm comes over. And it's just one of those really great things you should do for yourself. Start your day with a nice glass of it and feel that calmness. For my husband, he's had some other benefits. Golden milk is notorious for helping normalize blood sugar. And he used to battle with type 2 diabetes. He was pre-diabetic. And he decided to never take any pharmaceutical medications. So we used a holistic botanical approach to help curb his sugar issues. And through food changes, physical activity changes, and the addition of various herbs, he has managed to almost eradicate his blood sugar issues. So golden milk is one of those things that actually helps keep blood sugars at a normal level. Golden milk has a few specific ingredients that will always be added in, but the very main one is turmeric, and this is a jar of turmeric powder.
The active compound in turmeric is curcumin. Curcumin has some pretty amazing science-backed properties. It's a natural antioxidant that has an anti-inflammatory benefit. It's been linked to prevention of Alzheimer's and slowing the aging process, and has helped some people with depression and blood sugar issues. An important thing to remember is that turmeric on its own isn't very absorbable into the bloodstream, so you have to add healthy fats to make it bioavailable. This is where things like black pepper and coconut oil come into play.
So I'm going to show you how to make the paste, and while I'm making the paste, I'm going to keep telling you about the health benefits, and I'll show you the recipe. Also, the recipe can be found down below in the description.
Okay, here's how you make the golden milk paste. And you're going to make this ahead of time, and it'll keep for about 3 weeks in the fridge. So first you're going to add your coconut oil. And I like to add this first, that way I can get it liquid And so just put your coconut oil in here. This is a half a cup of organic coconut oil that I'm using. And I've got my stove turned on, probably a medium to high heat right now, because I want to get this melting. So just periodically stir this, and I'm going to flash the other ingredients up here in a second. So you can see the ingredient list. And down below, I'm going to also have a copy of this recipe so you can print it off or write it out and follow it. So, like I mentioned previously, you have to have healthy fats in your golden milk to make the turmeric or the curcumin bioavailable into your bloodstream. And starting with a good base of coconut oil is one of those great ways to do that. Some people don't like coconut oil, and I've heard that they have used almond oil, or I guess there's probably other ones you can use, but this is my personal choice, and I'm just kind of showing you here. It's going to start getting liquidy, and I really like starting with this liquid base. It ends up working the best. So we're almost to a point where I'm getting ready to add some more ingredients. And the very next ingredient I'm going to add is the actual turmeric powder. I think it's really important to buy a good quality organic powder if you're going to buy pre-done powder. So I order mine from Mountain Rose Herbs, and I'll put that link below. So in goes the turmeric powder. This is a half a cup of powdered turmeric, and then I am also adding 1 3/4 cups of water to this mixture. Something to remember, turmeric stains everything. So you are going to want to make sure you use items that you don't mind if they get tinged a little bit. So we just whisk that together, get it all mixed up, and I've got my heat on about medium right now, but I just whisk away, get it all incorporated, and then we're going to start adding our other ingredients. So the first additional ingredient I am adding here is going to be cinnamon. This is 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, and cinnamon has so many wonderful herbal benefits, and I'm sure I'll discuss those in another video. That's black pepper, so 1 1/2 teaspoons of black pepper, and remember you needed those healthy fats in here. And then that is going to be vanilla extract. So we add the vanilla extract. I like to add that because I think it makes it taste absolutely delicious. You don't have to add vanilla if you don't like it. You could add almond extract if you want a different flavor. Or this is also an opportunity you can add something like ground ginger. I don't personally add ground ginger because ginger is a very warming herb, and I drink this in the morning, and if I have too much heat in the morning, I don't feel that great in the day. So if I was having it in the evening, ginger would be awesome to add, but a lot of people really, really like having ginger added in. So we're just going to let this cook for a little while on low, whisking it periodically. So as you can see, we're starting to heat up a bit, and it's getting a little bit thicker. Each time you whisk it, you should see that the paste is actually starting to form a paste. It's not as liquidy now, it's starting to get a bit thicker. So we're just going to let this cook a little bit longer. Now if you notice, it's starting to bubble, and this is good. We're on a low rolling boil, and this is really what needs to happen in order for it to thicken. And the more you make this, you'll see that it goes from a really shiny liquid look to this sort of dull, thick, lacking of sheen. So just make sure you're whisking it. You don't want it to stick. You want to keep it moving during this part of the cooking. So as you can see, as I'm whisking, it is getting a lot thicker. And this is about where we're done cooking it at. So as soon as you get to this thickness, and you can see that every time you lift the whisk up, it comes back sort of thick looking, that is what we want. We know the paste is ready to take off the burner, and we're going to let it set aside. So at this point, we're going to let our golden milk paste sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. And you can see it's nice and thick, it's not steaming anymore. So this is where we're going to add the delicious ingredient, and that is raw honey. So I am adding about 6 tablespoons of raw honey to this. I just do heaping spoons, so I'm not measuring it out exactly, but I know that I can get 2.5 tablespoons on each of these big scoops. And I use a local raw honey from a local beekeeper here, and I highly recommend you using whatever honey is local to the region you're in. They say that the bees help with our allergies when you eat honey from your own region, and that's because they're flitting around and they're gathering pollen from different flowers and plants that a lot of times create allergens for people, but when you eat the honey, it's supposed to help build up your resistance to those type of allergies. So I've heard that many times, so I just try to follow it, and I use raw honey always, local raw honey. So once that's done, it is ready to finish cooling and then save in a jar for future use. I like using mason jars. I think glass is the best way to save things. So I have a whole bunch of these mason jars, and this is what I'm going to be pouring the Goldenmilk paste into. And then it will keep in my refrigerator for about 3 weeks. And actually I'll have it all used up by about that time. So because there's actually an oily component to this, it is actually going to pour out of your pot pretty easily. And I really like these kind of pots with the little lips on the sides. It definitely makes for easy pouring when you're making remedies and different things like this. So just use your spatula, scrape the rest into your jar, and then you're gonna put your lid on and seal it up, and it is ready to go. And there you have your Goldenmilk paste. And now this is going to be ready for every time you want to make an actual fresh cup of golden milk. Here's how we make the daily Goldenmilk. So take your small saucepan. Again, I really like this one with the lip. And I'm making a double batch here. So for my husband and I'm doing 2 heaping tablespoons of the paste into the saucepan. If you're doing a single batch, just do 1 tablespoon. And you can alter that to taste. And to that, I'm adding 1 cup of water. And I always pour it over the edge of my spoon so I get all of that wonderfully nutrient-rich paste on there. And then you're going to add your, quote, milk component. I don't do dairy, so we add coconut milk. And it's going to get about a cup of coconut milk as well. And then I'm just going to stir this, and I'm going to heat it up. Oh yeah, this is the coconut milk. This is the brand I particularly like. You can get whatever you want. You can use almond milk, whole cow's milk if you want to, whatever you would like to do. But you're going to stir this and just heat it until it is warm. You don't want this to be boiling. You just want it to be warm. It should only take 2 or 3 minutes for this to warm up to the perfect temperature. And I do the finger test, and I stick my finger in there and I think, oh, that's a great temperature, so it is ready to go. I give it a few more stirs and then I turn off the stove. Next, I'm going to get out my glass mugs, and we always use these specific glass mugs, and like I mentioned before, that is because turmeric stains and I don't want it to get inside of any of my white mugs. Now we just pour it into these 2 mugs. I'm going to divide it evenly between the mug for my husband and the mug for myself. And just be careful, try not to splash it everywhere, because even though it's been diluted with all these different kinds of coconut milks and things, it's still turmeric and it will still get color on whatever it touches. So here you have it, delicious, warm golden milk. I like to take it outside and sit on my back patio and enjoy it in the morning before I start my day.
I hope you'll agree that golden milk looks pretty easy to make and sounds really tasty to try. And I hope you understand how wonderful these benefits are and that you're encouraged to go ahead and give it a try. Like I said, I drink the milk in the morning, but I know my daughter has actually added it to coffee in place of her creamer, like make kind of a turmeric golden milk latte, and she said it's really good like that. And I've also heard some people like it cold. So if you don't like the warm drink, you could always put it in ice, or you can try it in a smoothie and see if you like it better that way. There's so many different options. Bottom line is just trying. And so down below in the description, there's going to be the recipes for both the paste and for the actual golden milk. Please take a second to click on the subscribe button down below, and also give me a thumbs up like. If you enjoyed this video, I would encourage you to tell your friends about it and get them to subscribe to the channel. That way I can continue doing more and more videos. If you have any questions or comments, please put them down below. I will try to answer them as quickly as I can. And I'd like to wish you happiness and health and a beautiful day. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care. Bye-bye.